I was coached by a professional female Valorant player. She covered both positioning and aiming to help us become a better player. And yeah, I'm not exactly the cleanest. So what did we learn? Let's find out. But before I tell you where I am, this is a sponsored event by Sony for their new product range, the H9 and M9 products. And despite this being a sponsor, this was probably one of the coolest things of my YouTube career. There was a full-on camera crew. And being a Valorant nerd, I did have quite a few awkward moments. I am with myself. What should I say myself? I'm with myself, me, and me. There was also a stacked talent list, including the likes of Sidemen's Vikkstar, Ramafra, and the fellow Idiot Flow Ascending. And just being able to record with them was an experience on its own. So why does Sony have such a stacked talent roster? Well, that was so us noobs can get coached by some of the best and also use both the H9 headset and the M9 monitor. The H9 headset is a new feature called 360 Spatial Sound, developed by Sony specifically on the INZONE headsets. This is to further increase how easy it is to track enemies with audio cues. And the monitor was a crispy 4K monitor and 144 Hz. And I've never actually used a 4K monitor before, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. Anyway, it's now time to see if peripherals and coaching can help us become a better Valorant player. Okay, so I play Neon, so I kind of just hold W, so my positioning's not going to be the best. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I can tell.
Thank you. So I've got to make sure I don't expose myself. Every angle, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they? Oh god.
I think I have to be slower, right?
Right, that was messy, but I didn't die.
Remember what I told you about taking the 1v1s?
Yeah. So
see, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's the last one. Should I be...
Yeah.
I should not be pushing that.
No, when there's a 1v1 and you know where the person's coming from, you just play it safe. You have all the advantage.
And then what sort of angle should I play? Do I need to... Can I play like an off angle or...
Honestly, if you're confident with your aim, play any angle. Like, any angle is fine.
Okay.
I see you're not that comfortable with your aim, so maybe play safe angle. Maybe it's...
Okay, I'm going to stop it just there for a second. I don't know if I was getting coached or roasted, but yeah, I got bullied. Anyway, I had to wipe my wounds and continue going. Okay, so maybe I swing this a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better.
Here. I then realized I didn't click play again because I was on Neon and I just held W. So I'm going to put a clip in now of me doing the spike scenario on hardbots after I've learned a thing or two. And I'm not going to lie, hardbots actually is harder than you think when your position is bad. Okay, so this is the spike plant scenario after I've learned a few things about positioning. So straight away, I should have checked this corner. They can be up here, be around here. And then you can see that if I hold a further back angle like this, I'm not exposing myself to there anymore. As I can wrap around, check here. Then here, I've got to recheck this. Jiggle here, check this. Come back here. You see that I'm checking these corners without exposing myself to other angles. And then they can even be there. Here, here, here. And you can see I could have worked my movement a little bit more. And yeah, I got wrecked. So I stepped too far out. So let's take this into account again without me talking so I can focus on it a little bit more. And then one close left. Close right. I don't know my lefts and rights. Let's move into top secret. Check this corner here. Check that corner. Check this corner. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing there. Nothing in that right corner. Has to be one backside now. No, nothing backside. Plant the spike. Okay, and now it was to take my 1v1s. That was the main tip. So I'm in a 1vx scenario. You can see I didn't take the 1v1 initially and I died because there was two of them. So start that again. And this should be all of the tips in one now. So let's focus up and complete it on this attempt. I'm not gonna lie, hard bots is genuinely harder than you think. Like, they one-tap you if you don't do it right. So I'm gonna push around here. Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing here. Nothing there again. I've left the spike. Okay, I've left the spike in spawn. I'll be back. So yeah, another tip, don't leave the spike in spawn, because if they get that spike, it's GG. Pop it here, and I need to test the audio. Okay, I've got one. That means there should only be one lane. No, there's two. Okay, took the one fight. Okay, there we go. I know there was 2 on the right then, but you can see that I got the kill on the first one and I fell back straight away and re-peeked a different angle. What you can do is you can timing it so you can re-peek the same angle, but he thinks you're rotating to the left angle. That's another way to play it. Anyway, you can see that the positioning did improve because I was doing like wider angles here. So I'd move back, get the better angle, and then go closer like this. Also, it is crucial to play off sound. And one thing I did notice with Sony's newly developed 360 spatial sound was that it was a lot easier to pinpoint where the enemies were in comparison to using your normal traditional gaming headphones. It's time for a few aim tips. Okay, so I'm flicking quite hard and I've noticed straight away because normally I play on 60 Hz. This is a lot smoother. You can really tell the difference between 60 and 144 Hz.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry I had to do a shameless ad, but it is true. 144 Hz is way cleaner than 60 Hz, and I would genuinely recommend upgrading.
It's also about trying to find your sense that you're most comfortable with to be able to have your best crosshair placement.
So here you can see I was on 0.4 and I was over flicking a lot, so I've actually turned it all the way down to 0.3 and it's helped my gameplay a lot. Okay, so as Nelly's teaching Ramartha, I'm going to tell you a few of the tips that she taught me. And she noticed I have a really bad habit of committing to peeks and crouching. Like, fair enough, that could get the kill, but you got to think, if a teammate or a bot, sorry, is just stood still, it is so much harder to hit them when they're moving. Like, look at them now. They're moving left and right. Way harder to track the head. Like, look, I'm whiffing on this one. I finally got it. Whereas if the bot was genuinely stood still, look how easy it is to hit them. And that essentially is what happens when you swing and commit to a peek by crouching. Whereas if you counter strafe by jiggling shooting or jiggling shooting going wider, look how easy it is. You can still kill the guy because Valorant has precise gunplay. But look, you can see I'm making myself pretty hard to hit, and I also hit 16 headshots out of the 25 bullets. And if you get better at counter strafing, you can actually hit them a lot more as well. You don't always have to do it around corners as well. You can just do it in front of the target like so. And it's really easy to get a hang of. All you have to do is get a feel for the gun and the way it goes. And look, 20 headshots. And I pretty much was moving the entire time. And I briefly touched upon it. Stop crouching, okay? So the benefit, or the only benefit of crouching, is it can throw off the enemy's crosshair placement. So for example, if you're round a corner for some reason and you're crouched down, when the enemy's normally checking head height, your head will be out here. But if you're in low elo, people have bad crosshair placement anyway, so 9 times out of 10, you end up getting yourself killed. The only slight benefit as well from crouching, besides the throwing off of enemy's crosshair placement, is that it can slightly help the recoil pattern. So this is me without crouching. So you can see that the first 5 bullets or 6 bullets, you got to pull down. The bad habit I have comes from CS. So after the first 5 bullets, I would crouch. And I know it brings it towards the same area your initial headshot was. But you can just do that without crouching. And look, it's pretty much better not to crouch. It's just people get lazy and they just crouch to bring the crosshair down. You can do that without, look. And it's pretty much better. Anyway, that's enough of the aim tips. It was now time for me and Ramartha to go head to head in an aim training battle.
So I want to see who could do the challenge the fastest.
Okay.
So if you start at the same time.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah, count us down.
1, 2, 3.
I nearly whiffed at the start. Oh no, whiffing.
You gotta keep moving. You're standing too much still. You gotta keep moving. Counter strafing, remember? Okay, looking good, looking good. It's kind of the same score. It's actually really close. 26, you're both on 26. I, 27.
I hate when they strafe.
I'm not strafing.
That's exactly how they're gonna feel when you strafe, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Still doing it, he doesn't.
Sorry. I love spraying.
Oh no, I was feeling it for a second.
Looking good.
Okay, I spayed for the last 2 because I panicked. So we got it.
You were faster, right?
Yeah.
8 seconds.
8 seconds. And there we have it. I beat Ramafra. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my biggest Valorant achievement, beating the goated German streamer Ramafra. Anyway, now that we're being coached, it's time to go head-to-head against Vicstar, Flow Ascending, and their female professional Valorant player, XL Puri. However, if you want to see that, you'll have to head over to XL's channel. The link is in the description below. Anyway, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to Sony. The M9 monitor was honestly really crisp. I don't know if it was the 4K or the 144 Hz, but it felt as good as my monitor at home, if not better. So you can see me in the near future upgrading to that bad boy, as honestly, it was such a nice experience. And for the headset as well, the 360 spatial sound, which I touched upon before, did help a lot. And you'll see me pop off on a few of those 3v3 videos on XL. And audio will help a lot in your game, as you'll know where your enemies are and you can even pre-fire them as well. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I know it was very different, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy this experience with me as well.